Qashqai are a conglomeration of clans of different ethnic origins, mostly nomadic Turkic, but also Arab, Kurdish, and Luri. They mainly live in the Iranian provinces of Fars, Khuzestan, Kohgiluyeh and Boyer-Ahmad Province, Chaharmahal and Bakhtiari Province, Bushehr and southern Isfahan, especially around the city of Shiraz and Firuzabad in Fars. After assimilation politics since Pahlavi, almost all of them are bilingual, speaking the Qashqai language, which is a member of the Turkic family of languages and which they call Turki, as well as the Persian language. Majority of Qashqai people were originally nomadic pastoralists and some remain so today. The traditional nomadic Qashqai traveled with their flocks each year from the summer highland pastures north of Shiraz roughly 480 kilometers or 300 miles south to the winter pastures on lower lands near the Persian Gulf, to the southwest of Shiraz. The majority, however, have now become partially or wholly sedentary. The trend towards settlement has been increasing markedly since the 1960s. The Qashqai are made up of a number of tribes and sub-tribes including the Amal, Dershulai Dershulu, Qashqai, Shishbaluki Shishbulai, Fasimadanama, Karaka, Raimlai and Safi Kanli. History. Historically, the Turkic languages are believed to have arrived in Iran from Central Asia from the 11th or 12th centuries onwards. To survive, nomads have always been obliged to fight. They lead a wandering life and do not accumulate documents and archives. But in the evenings, around fires that are burning low, the elders will relate striking events, deeds of valor in which the tribes pride themselves. Thus the epic tale is told from father to son, down through the ages. The tribes of Central Asia were forced by wars, strife, upheavals, to abandon their steppes and seek new pasture grounds. So the Huns, the Visigoths, and before them the Aryans, had invaded India, Iran, Europe. The Turks, forsaking the regions where they had dwelt for centuries, started moving down through the Altai Mountains and Caspian depressions, establishing themselves eventually on the frontiers of the Iranian Empire and in Asia Minor. We are of Turkish language and race. Some say that we are descendants of the Turkish Oghuz tribe, known for its cruelty and fierceness, and that our name is derived from the Turkish Qashqa meaning a horse with a white star on its forehead. Others think this name indicates that we came from Qashqai in the wake of Hulagu. Others still that it means fugitive. Though these versions differ, we believe that the arrival of our tribes in Iran coincided with the conquests of Genghis Khan, in the 13th century. Soon after, our ancestors established themselves on the slopes of the Caucasus. We are descendants of the tribe of the Kohgiluyeh, the tribe of the white sheep famed for being the only tribe in history capable of inflicting a defeat on Tamerlane. For centuries we dwelt on the lands surrounding Ardebil, but, in the first half of the 16th century we settled in southern Persia, Shah Ismail having asked our warriors to defend this part of the country against the intrusions of the Portuguese. Thus, our tribes came to the province of Fars, near the Persian Gulf, and are still only separated from it by a ridge of mountains, the Makran. The yearly migrations of the Qashqai, seeking fresh pastures, drive them from the south to the north, where they move to their summer quarters Yaylak in the high mountains. And from the north to the south, to their winter quarters, Qashlak. In summer, the Qashqai flocks graze on the slopes of the Kuwa Dinar, a group of mountains from 12,000 to 15,000 feet, that are part of the Zagros chain. In autumn the Qashqai break camp, and by stages leave the highlands. They winter in the warmer regions near Firuzabad, Khazaron, Jera, Farash Band, on the banks of the river Mound, till, in April, they start once more on their yearly trek. The migration is organized and controlled by the Qashqai chief. The tribes carefully avoid villages and towns such as Shiraz and Isfahan, lest their flocks, estimated at 7 million head, might cause serious damage. The annual migration is the largest of any Persian tribe. It is difficult to give exact statistics, but we believe that the tribes now number 400,000 men, women and children. Told to Maritara copyright Sailens Deshuten by the Il Bemailk Mansa, brother of the Il Khan, Nasser Khan, chief of the Qashqai tribes, in 1953. The Qashqai were a significant political force in Iran during the late 19th and early 20th centuries. During World War I they were influenced by the German consular official Wilhelm Wassmuss and sided with the Germans. During World War II the Qashqais attempted to organize resistance against the British and Soviet occupation forces and received some ineffectual help from the Germans in 1943 by the means of Operation Anton, which proved a complete failure. In 1945–1946 there was a major rebellion of a number of tribal confederacies, including the Qashqais, who fought valiantly until the invading Russians were repelled. The Qashqais revolted during 1962–1964 due to the land reforms of the White Revolution. The revolt was put down and within a few years many Qashqais had settled. Most of the tribal leaders were sent to exile. After the Iranian Revolution of 1979 the living leader, Khosrow Khan Qashqai, returned to Iran from exile in the United States and Germany. He was soon arrested and executed publicly in Shiraz in 1982 for promoting an uprising against the government. Major tribes of the Qashqai Tribal Confederation. Qashqai Tribal Confederation consist of 5 major tribes including Deshari, Fasimadan, Shezbuluki, Amali, and Qashqai. Deshari. The Deshari are said to have joined the Qashqai Tribal Confederation during the reign of Karim Khan Zand. According to Persian government statistics, there were about 5,169 Deshari families, or 27,396 individuals, in 1360–1981. The Deshari were a Oev greatest horse breeders and owners among the Qashqai. The policy of forced sedentarization of the nomadic tribes pursued by Reza Shah Pahlavi resulted in the loss of 80 to 90% of the Deshari horses, but the tribe made a recovery after World War II. Fasimadan. The Fasimadan claim that they are of a Halaj origin, and that, before moving to southern Persia, they dwelled in Ilajistan, a region southwest of Tehran. The tribe was already in Fars by the late 16th century, for it is known that in October 1590 their leader, Abul Qasim Beg and some of his followers were punished for having sided with Yaqub Khan the Zul-Qadir governor of Fars, in a revolt against Shah Abbas I. The population of the Fasimadan was estimated by Afshar Sistani at 2,715 families or 12,394 individuals, in 1982. Shezbuluki. Amali. People of the Amali tribe were originally warriors and workmen attached to the household of the Al-Khani, or paramount chief. Recruited from all the Qashqai tribes they constituted the Al-Khani unregistered trademark S bodyguard and retinue. By 1956, the Amali tribe comprised as many as 6,000 families. Qashqai. During World War I, the Qashqai Khan supported the British in their struggle against it to the first Sent Olat el-Dawla and the German agent, Wilhelm Wassmuss. After the war, the first Sent Olat el-Dawla punished the Qashqai. He dismissed the Kohgiluyeh leaders who had opposed him and Oed deliberately set out to break up and impoverish the Qashqai tribe. 2 sections of the tribe, which consisted of elements which had been loyal to the first Sent Olat el-Dawla, were then separated from the main body of the tribe and given the status of independent tribes, becoming the Qashqai Kukhok and Karawahi tribes. The remaining tribe became known as the Qashqai Bozorg tribe. The Qashqai Bozorg tribe comprised 4,862 households in 1963. As Oliver Garrod observed, the Qashqai Bozorg are especially noted for their jajims, or tartan woolen blankets, and for the fine quality of their rugs and trappings. Qashqai carpets and weavings. The Qashqai are renowned for their pile carpets and other woven wool products. They are sometimes referred to as Shiraz, because Shiraz was the major marketplace for them in the past. The wool produced in the mountains and valleys near Shiraz is exceptionally soft and beautiful and takes a deeper color than wool from other parts of Iran. No wool in all Persia takes such a rich and deep color as the Shiraz wool. The deep blue and the dark ruby red are equally extraordinary, and that is due to the brilliancy of the wool, which is firmer and, so to say, more transparent than silk, and makes one think of translucent enamel. Qashqai carpets have been said to be probably the most famous of all Persian tribal weavings. Qashqai saddlebags. adorned with colorful geometric designs, are superior to any others made. Cultural references: Nissan Motors have introduced a small SUV named Qashqai. In 2006, Nissan named its new European model after the Qashqai people. The designers believe that the buyers will be nomadic in nature too. The new unconventional name was however met with surprise and even skepticism. In Philip Kerr's political fiction novel, Hitler's Peace, Qashqai fighters are used by the Abwehr in an operation aimed at assassinating the three Allied leaders convened in the Tehran Conference. Betrayed to the Soviets, they are then executed by the NKVD. This is pure fiction, as is the legend of Operation Long Jump, concocted and promulgated into the 21st century by Soviet security to inflate their contribution to preemptive security measures at the Big Three Conference. Images. See also, Qashqai language, Yalag, Iranian Turks, by Qashqai. Footnotes. References: Beck, Lois 1986. The Qashqai of Iran. New Haven, Yale University Press. ISBN 0-300-03212-9, Hawley, Walter A. 1913. Oriental Rugs, Antique and Modern. Reprint, Dover Publications, New York, 1970. ISBN 0-486-22366-3. Carney, M. 1999. Departing for the Anemone, Art in Qashqai Tribe. Kian Nashr Publications, Shiraz. ISBN 964-91200-0-9. This beautiful book has hundreds of photos, both black and white and colored, illustrating daily life of the Qashqai people, their rugs and weaving. The text is in Persian but the color photos also have English captions. O'Sullivan, Adrian. 2014. Nazi Secret Warfare in Occupied Persia, The Failure of the German Intelligence Services, 1939-45. Basingstoke, Palgrave Macmillan. ISBN 9781137427892. Uhlens de Chouten, Marie Tara. Copyright Say Lords of the Mountains, Southern Persia and the Qashqai Tribe. Chatto and Windus Limited. Reprint, The Travel Book Club. London. Year, John in Search of Nomads, An English Obsession from Hester Stanhope to Bruce Chatwin, pages 51-71. John Muir. Robinson. London. Further reading, Beck, Lois 1991. Nomad, A Year in the Life of a Qashqai Unregistered Trademark I Tribesman in Iran. University of California. Berkeley, Los Angeles. ISBN 0-520-07003-8. ISBN 0-520-07495-5. Oberling, Pierre. Qashqai 3/4 I Tribal Confederacy. History at Encyclopædia Iranica, Shahbazi, Muhammad. 2001. The Qashqai Nomads of Iran, Formal Education. Nomadic Peoples NS Volume 5. Issue 1, pages 37-64. Shahbazi, Muhammad. 2002. The Qashqai Nomads of Iran, State-Supported Literacy and Ethnic Identity. Nomadic Peoples NS Volume 6. Issue 1, pages 95-123. Federal Research Division. Iran A Country Study. Kessinger Publishing. Pages 340. External links, www.qashqai.net, an excellent site containing information on the history, woven arts, poetry, society and an extensive bibliography. A personal site on the Qashqai, Qashqai on the Encyclopedia Iranica. A detailed and authoritative entry on this tribe and their history, Guide to Qashqai Rugs. A guide to Qashqai rugs with many useful links and references. Archeo, website of an American gallery dealing in Qashqai rugs including images of rugs and Qashqai people. Joshua Project on people groups, about Qashqai.